motor. I've made this diagram to make it just a little bit easier to understand. This is the battery, standard D-cell, 1.5 battery. Negative at the top, positive at the bottom. There's a magnet attached to the positive pole. And the electrons obviously flow from the negative pole through a wire to the positive pole through the magnet. Now, the electrical field that's generated around this wire can't be seen, but we can see it get acted upon by this magnetic field. The magnetic field rotates this way in all directions from the center of the magnet, which is a disc type magnet. It's round, so it'll flow like this, the magnetic field. When the magnetic field crosses the electrical field, there's a push, a Lorentz force. This force acts on the field to push the wire. By the magnetic field pushing on the electrons, because they are charged, they're charged negative. When the electrons get pushed, just like a magnet pushing another magnet, it pushes it across, and which makes this wire spin round. Now, this are all the materials that we need to make this motor. The battery, standard D-cell, like I said, positive, negative. So what we want to do is we put a washer on here just to take up that space for the nub there on the positive side. This is our magnet. These are really high, these magnets have a really high magnetic field. Get that centered on there as best we can. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect. And that'll become the bottom of our motor. So as you see, our motor stands on those magnets. Now we take the other washer and I put it on top. It basically does, one thing it really does is hold this axis point in place so that I don't have to fight it later. There's a point that's actually going to be touching. Now this is insulated wire. This wire has a clear insulation on it that I have taken and stripped the wire here, and I've stripped the wire at the points to make contact with the battery. Alright, all we have left to do is slip our wire over the battery, close the circuit, and there's your motor. Now what's happening is the electrons are flowing through the wire to the positive side, from the negative to the positive side, creating an electromagnetic field. That electromagnetic field is getting acted upon by the magnetic field from the magnets, and because they are charged, a positive and negative charge, it causes the wire to be pushed in the direction like a repelling magnet.